Well, gold has been rip-roaring money. Some people are saying, it's the Chinese buying central banks to domestic. People are talking about Costco selling 200 million odd a month of gold bars. You can talk about Russia, you can talk about everything else. But what is the abject reality? Yes, we saw record highs, but not on an inflation basis. But what we're really seeing is this huge divergence between the real yields and gold. Now, in your mind, does that matter anymore? Does that matter anymore if there is such a demand?
Well, look, there is a demand, and yes, we've got the nexus to the US dollar. There's a lot of things. Yes, there's geopolitical risks. As you know, I've always been a gold bug, but of late, I'm sort of starting to turn to say, well, look, it's gone too far too quickly, and looking for some form of pullback. I think we will get that. I think gold in itself has reached an intermediate high, and the market needs to consolidate in order to push it onwards and upwards. The long-term trend there, and also whilst we've still got those stubborn inflationary bugs out there, I think the market's still saying, well, look, that's good. Also remember with Russia, what's happening with Russia there's a lot of money and they can't do US dollars, so their only natural thing is to work into gold. So we see a lot of demand out of Russia, just for the big players and not just the central banks. And I think that's one underlying theme that the market hasn't focused on, that inability of Russia to be able to buy or invest in US dollars. They can invest in gold. There's no real restrictions for them. So I think that's where we're seeing a lot of that demand actually coming through. So I think more macro issues there. Gold is a dip, but at the moment I think I'm looking for a relative correction. Will it continue? I think it will. Let's see how we get it with inflation. But I think whilst those geopolitical macros are out there that are sort of Russian-induced or Chinese-induced, I think gold remains a safe haven asset to those in those economies. And I think that's going to drive it unless the macros change.